Hi, I'm Tom Smith, CEO of IronStratus. In this video, we're going to explore how to manage applications and users within IronStratus. And I've logged in as the account owner for the Big Corporation, and you can see that we already have 12 applications and 24 users added to this account. And I've also had two other accounts that I have linked to my IronStratus login, one for contractors, which I may want to manage with very specific applications and very restrictive rights. In this case, I would want to have that person basically only be able to use these applications. Likewise, on home and personal, I may have a set of applications here that are more personal in nature with my own credentials that I don't want my organization to see, and these would be non-business related activities that I'd use in a non-work setting. So we're going to focus on the Big Corp company and talk about some of the management that's available from this screen. So the first area I'm going to visit is actually the Manage Application screen. And here's where you get a nice list of all the applications that I have available within my account that I can assign to various users. And I can add additional applications to the account by selecting on the add list. And then I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about this since we have another video that goes into great detail on sharing applications and adding applications to your account. As you're looking at the applications, you can also filter the view to see just a subset of the applications. So for example, if you want to look at the high value restricted applications, you can turn on this, and these tags can be added to any application and added either at creation time or after the fact when you're editing the application. And I can go back and look at all the applications with no filtering on. You can see the type of application, whether it's a secure note or an application. You can also see who the owner of the application is, and this basically allows the owner has rights to both share and edit the application, and then they can transfer ownership to other people as appropriate. You also have the ability to see when the application was last used, which is useful if something hasn't been used in a while. You might be spending money for an application that's not in use. And you can click on this and get a detailed picture of when last logins took place for particular applications. Also, the status of the application, whether it's active or inactive within your overall account, how many tags you've applied to this application, and then who the users are for this particular application and when they last accessed the application. This is all available all the time right at your fingertips, and then you have actions you can apply, including editing the details of the application, sharing the application, adding additional tags or modifying the tags, transferring the ownership of the application, deactivating the application across the entire account so that anybody that has this application assigned to them, it would become grayed out in their vault. It would still remain in their vault but be inactive. And then if you want to delete it and remove it entirely from their vault, you would click the delete and that would actually remove it both from the account and from the person's vaults that are using it. So deactivate is actually reversible. You can reactivate it after you deactivate the application. The other thing you can do is this tabular display is also a live display, so you can change the columns that are presented. I actually have all of the columns turned on here. You can also filter on a column by column basis of what kind of information you want to see. So if you want to prioritize things into just looking at secure notes or just applications, you can do that. You can actually sort based on ascending and descending within each of the columns, and gives you a lot of flexibility there. You can also look at the top of the screen and get information on your account from a management standpoint. I'm the account owner. I can manage my seats and actually delete the overall account that I'm in, or add additional seats if need be. You can change password and do some personal things for me as a user. You can also take a look at messages that have been generated by the system for different administration tasks that are going on within the system. So this gives you a tremendous amount of visibility and flexibility on how to manage the application side. Next, we'll talk about users and what we can do there. If you click on the users, what you get is a list of users. Again, you can sort those, or you can filter those. You can look at the columns that are being displayed and add additional columns. You can filter by name. You can search by name if you prefer. And then you can select one or more of the users and apply certain activities to them, such as disable and delete, etc., or invite. The reason you have an invite option here is you may add a user like Becky Jones and then assign a bunch of applications before you ever invite her. So before she's hired, you may do a little prep work on this and then choose to invite her on her start date, which gives you some nice capabilities. You also see there's 3 different roles identified here in addition to the account owner role that we talked about up here. A managed user is basically the lowest rung on the ladder in that they're most controlled. They cannot add applications or share applications to other people within the account. So every application or every item they see in their vault has been assigned to them by the account owner or account manager. A power user has the ability to add applications, but they cannot add users or delete users. And then an account manager is essentially an administrator that has the ability to add users, delete users, add applications to the organization as well as to their own vaults. So those are kind of the 3 levels. If you want more details on that, when you click on Add User, you'll get details in the Add User screen right over here on the question mark, and it gives you the full details on what the capabilities are. So what else can you do with users? You can disable users and delete users, as I said before. You can jump in and see what applications a user has access to. So this gives you, again, a tremendous amount of visibility into the various aspects of managing users going forward. Okay, that's all that I was going to cover in this video. Hopefully this has been useful for you. There's additional videos that cover details on adding applications and adding users and sharing functions and so forth, but hopefully this has been a useful overview for you. You can get additional information on the Quick Start menu within the product and also at our website at www.ironstratus.com.